to Crows Live. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're here in the room or streaming from the website. It is so great to have your company. My name is Emily Beaton and I'll be your host as we head straight down to the rooms and chat to the stars of the Showdown. We're chatting to no bigger star tonight than Riley Thilthorpe, the Showdown medalist. Riley, congratulations. How does it feel to take that honour?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I definitely wasn't expecting that. I thought Solly's, I think he had 35 and 2. I thought I'd get him over the line, but he's already got one, so we'll shout around, I guess.
There was a lot of talk. People could not believe someone who stands over 200 centimetres tall was just mopping up the footy in this wet weather. How did it feel out there for you?
Yeah, that second quarter was pretty crazy. You couldn't see 10 metres in front of you, so it was definitely interesting, but there's a lot of fun out there as well, getting to slide around and enjoyed it. Big win.
There was a lot of mud on faces as well. Did it take you back to being a kid running around?
Yeah, I probably enjoyed it a little too much, sliding around, and every time you got pushed, you were flying on the floor, so it was good fun.
Chat to us about the game as a whole. What were you expecting coming into it? Obviously, you knew it was going to be wet. Were you thinking that Port might put up a bit more of a fight than they showed tonight?
No, we knew it was going to be a tough game, and I think that first half showed that. They were right in the contest, and we probably didn't finish our work in the first and second quarter. But I thought they fought really hard up until the end, obviously. I thought it was a good game. It was hot in the contest, and we just managed to stick with it all day.
Well, the other great thing, I guess, about the night tonight was the fact that not only did you kick 20 goals in unbelievably difficult conditions, you held the opposition to their lowest ever Showdown score.
Yeah, great effort. I thought the backs were unbelievable. They have been all year, so it's really impressive. I thought the way they were able to kill the ball and get it back going our way, and then we socked it forward and sort of just took meterage. We all knew what we were doing, and we're all on the same page, which is awesome.
When you, the planning for tonight, in terms of how much ruck work you did, I think you ended up with 6 clearances, you spent a bit more time on ball. Was that part of the plan or just the way it unfolded?
Once you get stuck on that wing, you can't get back off, and the ball's there for ages, so definitely not part of the plan. I think Birdo was a bit flat, but it's nice being around the ball. I enjoy it.
The feature of your side this year is how much you're getting around each other and you're doing those little things so well. It featured more tonight than ever. How important was that in this huge win?
Yeah, it's been huge. I think it's been a big emphasis coming into this year, and the boys are really celebrating each other, which makes it really fun to play with each other. You get recognised for celebrating as well, which is awesome, and all the boys just getting around each other just makes the win so much more special.
Jake Staligo, I just thought was outstanding tonight. 35 disposed. He finished off with 2 goals in the last quarter. His running power is phenomenal. He was running really hard late in the game. Just, I guess, is testament to the preparation he's put in this year.
Yeah, he's been great all year, I thought. He's coming from my spot as a key forward, apparently. He was competing really well and taking contested jukes, so we'll watch that space. But he's been massive for us all year, and it's good to see him get some reward. I thought he was fantastic tonight.
Actually, it was another really even contribution, wasn't it? As I said, 20 goals overall. There are a number of multiple goal kickers. Ben Keys was great again. And you're sharing the load, I think, which makes it so much better.
Well, that's the most pleasing thing, I reckon. Everyone's getting a lick and having a bit of fun, and I think it makes us a lot harder to defend when everyone can, kick a few goals on their day. It's just really fun to be a part of at the moment. We're all really enjoying our footy.
You guys, with this win, with the live ladder, you've hit top of the ladder at the moment. We know Collingwood has got to play, but you're going to sew up that second spot. How great does it feel to be in that position, or is it something you're not looking at that much?
No, I'm not really looking at it. I think the results have been really pleasing, getting a lot more wins than we have in the past sort of 4 or 5 years, or my career. I think we've done the work to be here, and we're just going to keep going week by week and take every game as it comes, and we'll keep giving it our best.
What was the message from Matthew Nicks? The game was probably in hand at 3/4 time. It would have been potentially easy for the players in those difficult conditions just to see the game out, but to finish with such power, did he request that, or is that something you guys just took on board?
A bit of both, I reckon. He was telling us what we're doing well, but there were a few areas we still needed to tidy up, and I thought that last quarter was really pleasing. I thought our backs were unbelievable, and the mids were really good, and the forwards were working well together. So we're all on the same page, and if you stick at it long enough and you're on the same page, things start to go your way. So, yeah.
People chat so much about Showdowns always being close. You ran out 98-point winners. How good does it feel to absolutely flog the power?
It's pretty good. We'll definitely enjoy it, but we'll move on to next week pretty quick, I reckon. But Showdowns are always so much fun. Favourite game for the year, so it's good to get another win.
Tell us about the week going forward now. You play a Friday night game, which means it's a shorter week. You've got a team like Hawthorn who are vying for a top 4 spot as well. What does the week look like from here on?
Yeah, we'll do some recovery tonight and then probably do some more tomorrow, just a lot of recovery. We'll get together and, we'll review this game and move on pretty quickly, I reckon, and switch our focus to Hawthorn.
We had 46,000 people turn up tonight in these crazy conditions. How amazing is it to see the support that you're getting at home? We know you're undefeated at home this season as well. Tell us what the fans mean to you at the moment.
Oh, they're unbelievable. We can't thank them enough. It makes playing footy so easy when the crowd's right behind you and we really enjoy it. To come out in that weather is incredible and I can't thank them all enough.
Do you look forward to playing on Friday night footy, like a big stage? You're playing against, as I said, another top 4 aspirant. You must be rapt to be getting the opportunity to play on the big stage.
Oh yeah, we can't wait. We'll definitely take it in and we'll have a lot of fun with it and we'll see how we go. Well,
congrats on an epic game, Riley. Enjoy that Showdown medal. Enjoy the win. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks very much, guys. No worries.
Bits we spoke about before, Showdown, usually such close games. How did you read tonight's game and what did you expect coming into this?
Well, it was interesting, wasn't it? Because I thought Adelaide were all over Port in the first quarter, but then Port Adelaide just had that purple patch. The last 5 minutes of the first quarter, they kicked 3 goals. It was only 5 points, the margin at quarter time. But then after that, what did Port Adelaide kicked 2 goals for the rest of the match? Adelaide kicked something like 17. So 17 goals to 2 is quite phenomenal and just something you couldn't even dream of. So that's a ridiculously good result for Adelaide.
Incredible. We're going to head down to the rooms again where we have got another star waiting for us, Dan Curtin. G'day Dan, how you going? Congrats on a stellar win tonight. How did you read the game?
Thank you very much. Good to be on. No, it was a really good game. A little bit cold, but real complete performance by the boys.
It was interesting because, like you mentioned, it was pretty tight early on. They brought some heat, and it wasn't easy going by any means, but your ability just to persist and stick with it, I'm sure that must have pleased the coach.
Yeah, 100%. We let our guard down a little bit. They threw a punch, but then from then on, I thought, the boys gathered together really well.
How hard were those conditions out there? We saw in the second quarter, you could barely see in front of you. How tough was it? Is it one of the toughest games you've played in?
Yeah, weather-wise, for sure. I mean, it felt like I had concrete boots on, but no, it was good fun, to be honest, to have a change of weather.
Well, let's talk about your last 5 or 6 weeks. It's been phenomenal. Pretty much you can go back, perhaps to that Richmond game where you dominated, you were the best player on the ground. Have you just drawn belief, or you just get that sense that you can play at the level? What's been the real turning point for you over that last short period?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, kind of around that time, started playing a bit more full-time wing and had a bit of consistency with the role. And I reckon from there, all the boys and the coaches gave me the confidence to just keep going forward. And it's credit to all of them and thanks to them.
When you are in this purple patch of stellar form, is it something that you think about much, or are you just going with the flow and just feeling like you're in the moment?
Yeah, to be honest, like one of my main focuses is flexing on the team. And as long as I'm doing that and doing right by the team, then the rest will come.
When you play a game like tonight, where it is a bit slower because the conditions are really heavy, do you pull up sorer or do you pull up better? Like how's the body feeling right now?
Can't really feel anything, to be honest. My toes are a bit numb, so I'll go to bed and I'll see how I feel tomorrow morning.
We've just spoken before about that great run on in the last quarter. Like, tell us about how it feels out on the ground. You're a really powerful football team at the moment, and to be able to kick 8 goals in a quarter, even though the conditions aren't great, that must really make you feel as if it doesn't matter who you play, you can really put the score on the board.
Yeah, I feel very grateful to be out there. It's pretty cool seeing all the boys kick goals like that. I think my favourite moment was probably Berta kicking that checky, which was cool. So, yeah.
We know that you guys are getting around each other so much this season. Love to hear from your perspective who really impressed you most tonight.
Gee, Sam Berry, thought he was huge, and just finished off his work really well. Rob, every week he keeps bringing it. Another one's Keezer. Every week he does all the 1%ers and the team stuff, and then off the back of it has performances like this.
Tell us about Riley O'Brien, because he signed a 3-year extension, and I saw the vision of the players. They were rapt that he was rewarded with that. Tell us about him as a club man. We hear how I've heard someone describe him as the glue guy. He holds everyone together. Have you really appreciated what he's brought from that sense?
Yeah, 100%. He is the glue guy. I mean, from first years to I mean, Tex, he really brings all the boys together, especially coming in. Last year, he was an older boy that I could really talk to and come to for advice. He's a great human being and absolutely love having him around. I'm absolutely stoked that he's signed on for a few more.
Yeah, it's a cracking signing for the club. If there was one sort of downside, there was the potential injury to Max Michaelini. I saw him after the game. He looked like he was limping a little bit. We heard it might be a hamstring. Have you got any idea how serious this may be at this early stage?
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the hamstring, but I haven't found out anything further. So hopefully he's all good, and the club can release that tomorrow or something.
We've seen that with the live ladder. We were just chatting to Riley before. You guys head to top of the ladder at the moment. How much are you loving this run into finals and where you are sitting at the moment? How good is the confidence and the belief within the side?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like tonight we had a clear goal, and we come out and do our best to pour, and then we'll just focus on next week and go again and do the same thing, another home game. So.
Also looks like there's enormous pressure for spots in the side. We understand that, but every player that comes in, whether it's Braden Cook, who came back into the side tonight, we saw Luke Pentler get better and better as the night went on. Zach Taylor's been really solid the last couple of weeks. The blokes that are coming in, they're really playing their role. We saw Chase Jones do it as the sub later in this game as well. That as well just shows how desperate players are to try and lock away a spot before the finals.
100%, and the Sample boys are flying too, so I mean, they're all going about their business and definitely giving 110% to every game and committing to the team, and it's making us better as well. So.
We know you've got Hawks next week. It's going to be an awesome Friday night tussle. How much do you focus on them as a team, or your confidence within the side at the moment? Are you really just focusing on what you guys do in the process?
Yeah, I mean, we'll come in Monday and have a look at this game, and then pretty quickly we'll move on to them, and then later in the week we'll focus on what's best for us. So.
Well, Dan, we're loving what you're doing. You're playing with great confidence. You mentioned that. We wish you all the best, and you get another opportunity to show your wares on a Friday night footy in front of a national audience. So good luck with that, and I bet you're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Bix. Yeah, definitely am.
Thanks so much for joining us, Dan. Enjoy the win. Bix, let's chat about you for a moment, because you got handed a retrospective Showdown medal tonight. How good was it to relive those days for you?
Yeah, look, it was more so just great to be able to enjoy a function with the chairman, which was great, and just catch up with a couple of old players who are friends and just reminisce slightly. But I just think forgetting who won the six that they retrospectively awarded, it just makes sense. There's been 58 Showdowns now. It would make no sense to only have 52 medalists. So the fact that they've been able to go back and just make a judgment on those games and award them, and now that to me it seems like there's some synergy, and going forward now every game that's been played as a Showdown now has a Showdown medalist.
Can you sum it up what it does feel like to play in a Showdown? As fans, we know the rivalry that everybody feels. I'm sure everyone in this room is always hungry for that win, but what does it feel like as a player?
Oh, look, I think it just intensifies everything. So, like when you have a win, the win feels so much better as everyone is feeling it tonight, particularly a big win like this. And then, of course, the flip side of that is when you don't play well and you let your fans down, you feel it even more. So there is that responsibility that comes with playing in those big games like a Showdown. And one man who did it and led splendidly while he was captain of the footy club, he's now doing it as an assistant coach, is Nathan Van Berlo, and he joins us now. And I'm sure, Nathan, you would have been absolutely ecstatic with what you saw tonight.
Yeah, look, we thought we started in the right way, created a lot of opportunities early, didn't quite nail all of them to be honest, but I think the way the boys applied themselves back into that second quarter and for the rest of the game was pretty emphatic, so we're really pleased with the result.
What pleased you more, the fact you hit 20 goals in driving rain, or the fact that you kept your opponent to 34 points, which is the lowest ever score in a Showdown for Port Adelaide?
Oh, Bix, you'd remember from your coaching days, it's all about defence, mate. So it's definitely the defensive side that we nullified them, and I think kept them to a really low score, which has been a big focus for us as a group for a long period of time now. And look, we know if we bring that sort of intensity and effort around the footy and defend strongly, that we'll create enough opportunities, and we certainly did that tonight. And the boys, did a great job at finishing off their work after quarter time.
Love to know, how fun is it coaching at the moment when everyone's in incredible form, all your players are performing? How much are you enjoying the season?
Oh yeah, we're really enjoying it, Em. It's been you know, an enjoyable year to date. Still a lot of work to go to finish this season off, and then the real stuff starts thereafter for us, which we've worked so hard for. But yeah, there's not too many enjoyable moments in the coach's box. I mean, even I think with about 2 minutes to go today in the game, we called it, which Nixie doesn't always like. We're like, can we sit back and enjoy this last 2 minutes? So he allowed us to do that. But yeah, I mean, when the boys played the way they did tonight, they were just ruthless with their attack on the footy, and you know, never at any stage did we feel like the game was heading in the wrong direction. So it was, to the boys' credit, they did a great job.
VB, you look after the midfield, and I guess what's happened this year is the power that the midfielders have. Sam Berry now bursts out of stoppage. We know James Peakling's got power, and just looked at Jake Saligo tonight. His running was phenomenal right to the very end, and that's effectively got him 2 goals in the last quarter, but just the pressure he's able to apply because of that running power.
Yeah, look, we've been really pleased with the mix we've been able to, I guess, get through there to this point in time. And tonight we were in a position where we were able to, you know, give some opportunity to Luke Pedler. Spent the last quarter on ball. Dan Curtin, a fair bit of that second half as a midfielder as well, which again, he's just going to continue to develop in that space for us. I actually said to Solly to start the last quarter we're going to put him forward, and he ended up having probably his most dominant quarter ahead of the ball. So Burnsy might tap me on the shoulder this week to have him forward a bit more. But look, it's important that we get some exposure to not only those guys that we know and we trust. And Bez, I thought, played an outstanding role tonight, and he's you know, he doesn't have to generate big numbers for us, but his ability to power out, as you said, be really clean, and he finished off his work. So he's put a lot of work into that, and it was pleasing to see him get some reward for that tonight.
Chat to us about Peatling and his impact on the game. He seems to just dive on the ball and generate so much energy in there. How much did you love his game?
Yeah, look, I was so confident with the boys tonight, even before the game started. When it started to rain, I was like, beautiful, this is exactly what our boys as a midfield group need. I mean, you speak about Dorse, Solly, Bez, Dan Curtin as a big-bodied mid, and then also James Peatling. I mean, they love the contested side of the game. They're very clean, and I thought JP, as you mentioned, his ability just to fight and scrap and win or halve as many contests as he could, and then yeah, go the other way was really pleasing. So he deserved everything he got tonight.
I noticed Chase Jones, when he came on, he went on to Zach Butters a number of times and made his life difficult. Is that just to give him an opportunity to show that he's maybe got another string to his bow? If he's in the team, he can be someone who can play that sort of cooling role? Yeah,
we've certainly explored that with Chase over the last probably 6 weeks. Even at Samford level, he was playing some big midfield minutes just to, I guess, get him around the footy and show us his contested side of the game, which we know is at a really high level. And then last week he came on, obviously, and played a role for us in that second half, releasing James Peatling, which was probably going to be much of the plan again tonight. And then, obviously, unfortunately, we lost Max, so Chase just went straight down back, and they sent Butters forward. He came up to stoppage, so it ended up being exactly what we're after anyway. So, yeah, it's great to see Chase in and around the footy and playing some consistent footy for us.
Well, tell us about Max. How serious is that injury? I'm guessing it's probably his first hamstring injury. He hasn't missed too much footy since coming into the side.
Yeah, look, I don't know the severity of his injury as yet. No doubt we'll get a line of sight on that in the next day or so. But, yeah, unfortunate for Max. Hopefully it's not too severe. But I know a lot of our young guys are younger and I guess experienced guys at Samford level today played a really solid brand too, so we'll certainly look to that mix as to what we go with next week, but hopefully Max isn't too bad for us.
Well, one of the things we've mentioned about pressure for spots, you know, you're in charge of the midfield. I guess it'd be no surprise. You look at Matt Crouch and he comes back and just finds the footy again. He's sort of break glass in case of emergency. He's just there. You know he's capable if you have to call upon him.
Yeah, look, we know how reliable Crouchy is, and you know, to his credit, he's been out for a long period of time. He comes in and performs the way he does. So yeah, we're rapt to see him in some solid form. You know, Sid Draper's been really consistent the last couple of weeks for us as well. Harry Schoenberg's been outstanding all year. So we've got guys in there that have been knocking on the door for a long period of time. So that competition for spots only holds us in good stead.
Next week we've got Hawks, only 6 days away. What will the week look like, and what are you expecting in that game?
Yeah, look, it'll come around really quick. I'd imagine there won't be too much training going on this week off the back of the conditions that we've had and back-to-back 6-day breaks. So thankfully we're in good shape. We're healthy across the board, albeit not max, but we'll give ourselves a good chance to recover, and then we know we've got a massive hit out here on Friday night, and we'd love to get one back on the Hawks after earlier in the year.
Well, BB, congratulations. You've got the midfield group humming. As you said, you've got a great opportunity this Friday night. You play another top 4 challenger. You get a chance to show the footy world what you're capable of. So I'm sure you are, and we certainly are looking forward to next Friday night.
Thank you, Bix. Thanks, Em. Good
Thanks
to chat.
for joining us. And Bix, as we chat about the Hawks next week and the run into finals, it's not a bad lead in. You've got a couple of hard games, a couple of ones that you could kind of pencil in. Yeah. How do you view that as a run in?
Yeah, look, I think that's good. You want to be challenged against some of the good sides. I know Geelong, for example, in their last 5 games, they don't play any of the teams in the top 9. So they won by over 100 points tonight. And they will want to be challenged as you come into playing finals. And I think Adelaide obviously have the Hawthorn game. They've got Collingwood still to come at home, which I know is booked out already. So if you haven't got a ticket, you've missed that one. But having the opportunity to play against the best sides, and then after that, the last couple of weeks, you've got the ability, if you want to have an element of control, and if you want to rest players or manage players, you can have that control as well. So I think Adelaide are really well placed.
For next game, with your footy brain, how do you see the matchup with the Crows and Hawks? We know what form the Crows are in at the moment. Do you expect that to be kind of one-sided as they've been?
Oh, look, I think it's going to be a real challenge for Adelaide. Like, we know that Hawthorn are a pretty seasoned outfit. They're in good form last week when they played. They haven't blown sides away. They just, they got 4 goals in front of Carlton and stayed there. But their defence looks really solid. Cal Shadir and others ahead of the ball look pretty good. Mitch Lewis. And we know that Will Day coming back into the side really does give their midfield that real lift. So, look, if Adelaide are good enough to beat Hawthorn, I think that really does give them that sort of burst of confidence that they are capable, not only finishing in the top 2, because they can probably still do that, but not only finishing there, but knowing they're capable of playing and beating any side in the competition.
It's going to be an absolute cracker next Friday night. Hopefully everyone will join us again then. Thank you again for joining us, whether you have been in the room or streaming on the website. We'll see you again next week.
Don't forget, you can join Brodie Smith, Ebony Marinoff and Mark Thomas every Sunday morning on Triple M from 9 a.m. You can also download the podcast on Listening.
Crows fans, get game day ready with the Adelaide Crows official home and clash kits on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today and show your true colours. Available in-store and online at shop.afc.com.au.